Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make this beautiful card. Let me show you it. Isn't it gorgeous? So I made these two cards, but then I made this one on Monday. Let me show you those that I posted on my blog. So this is using a totally different stamp set. And once again, this is card sketch number 69. So we're going to be making this version, but I wanted to show you this is the vertical version of the same card sketch number 69, and I will give you all the items that I used for this card at the end of the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started making this card. Okay, so let's start with the base. This is the soft sea foam, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then a piece of Whisper White, which is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then another piece of soft sea foam, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Then to start the layering, we're going to use a piece of Whisper White, and this piece is cut at 3 by 4 3/4. And then this is the Subtles designer paper, and this is the 6 by 6 piece, and this is the Petal Pink color. All right, and then this layer of Whisper White, this piece is cut at 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then a piece of the Early Espresso, which is cut at 1 3/4 by 4, and that's going to layer right behind the Whisper White. Now let me show you the card sketch. Here's the card sketch number 69, and this is also posted on my blog as well on Monday with these samples here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do some stamping. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the greeting with the Early Espresso, and let me show you where this greeting comes from. This is the stamp set, Dear Doily, and Words Cannot Express. Right here is the stamp that I used for the card today. So we're going to take our Whisper White piece, and this is the 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. We're going to stamp the Words Cannot Express along the right-hand side of our Whisper White piece. So beautiful. I love that font. So now we're going to go ahead and stamp our little cluster of flowers, and this is from the Wonderful Romance stamp set. And this is available also in the Occasions catalog right now. All right, so that's all the stamping. So these are the colors that I used. I went ahead and colored already the cluster of flowers, but I'm going to show you what I did. So I used the soft sea foam and the Stampin' Blends in the combo, and then also the Petal Pink combo in the Stampin' Blends. So what I did is I took the dark of the Petal Pink, just like that, and then I took the light and I finished coloring in the flowers. And then I did the same thing with the leaves. So I took the dark first, and I just colored part of the leaf first with the dark. So you get the idea. And then I took the light and I finished coloring in all the leaves. Okay, and I've already got one already colored. So here's this one. And we're going to go ahead and grab our Big Shot so we can die cut that out. All right, so let's grab our Big Shot. Okay, so we're going to be using the Wonderful Floral Framelits. We're going to use this one right here to cut out the cluster of flowers. Just going to line that up. Cuts it out so beautiful. And also this die is a little bit different than what I'm used to anyway. It cuts out the little center pieces of the die. So hopefully that shows up. Can you see that? How it cuts the little leaves in between there? So beautiful. All right, now we're going to do some embossing. So we're going to grab our soft sea foam piece. Grab that. And we're going to put this in the dot to dot embossing folder. Isn't that fun? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss my piece going this way. So all my dots show across the card this way. Instead of doing it in the vertical or horizontal way like this, I like it better like this. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get my other acrylic. And we're just going to send that through the Big Shot. Look how fun this is. Love it. All right, so that's all the Big Shots. Let's go ahead and move that. Okay, so let's bring in all our pieces. Now we're just going to assemble our card. So let me grab some snail. We're going to put our embossed piece onto the Whisper White. Okay, so we're going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to actually use a lot of dimensionals on today's card. Okay, I'm going to layer this onto the Whisper White piece. The stripes is actually pretty too, but I like the polka dots. Okay, so before we go and put the card together, I'm going to use some Wink of Stella first. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace around the Whisper White piece around the base of the card. And then I'm also going to do this layer with the designer paper. Okay. All right, now we're going to go ahead and layer our early espresso piece behind the Whisper White. But let me explain here. So on this edge here, even though we use this as the card sketch, I'm going to remove this section over here. Only because with the flowers, remember I said about it cutting out the centers? See how it cuts out all the little sections of the little cluster? So the early espresso kind of pops through that, and I don't want that to show through there because it kind of is deceiving, I guess you could say. So I'm going to layer that early espresso behind there, but I'm going to remove it from the other end. So I'm just going to cut that off. So then when it's layering on top of that, it won't show over here. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, now we're going to go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals. Okay, we're going to put this in the center of the card. So pretty. And then once again, we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. I told you we're going to use a lot of dimensionals. And while we have the flowers, we might as well put dimensionals on those too. Okay, so we're going to pop this up over to the right a little, just a little smidge more than in the center. And then we're going to take our flowers and we're just going to position this over to the left of the greeting. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now we're going to take our Whisper White baker's twine and I'm just going to tie a little bow really quick. So if you want to click the link down below, I have another version of my Card Sketch 69 that we made in the glitter pit yesterday. You might want to check that out. Slightly different than the ones we're showing today. So we're going to take a mini glue dot. Grab that. I'm just going to kind of roll it together, make it into a little ball, and we're going to put this at the bottom of the cluster of flowers, and then we're going to add our little bow. Okay, and then we're going to add some clear rhinestones to the flowers. And then we're going to bring in our Wink of Stella again. We're going to color in the images of the flowers and the leaves. So beautiful. Okay, and then one more thing. You could add some shimmer paint, you know, and spritz it, which would even be better. But such a beautiful card. So let me show the other ones with the powder pink. Beautiful. Now, I did use the Stampin' Write marker because there's no powder pink in the Stampin' Blend. So I did use the Stampin' Write markers for the flowers on these two cards. But you can tell the difference with the petal pink and then the powder pink. So pretty. All right, now let me show you the other ones again. Okay, so I made this one into a birthday card. Remember, this is the same card design, the card sketch number 69. I just turned it vertical instead of horizontal, which this one is the horizontal version. So this one is a birthday card, and I used the Humming Along greeting for wishing you an amazing birthday. And then this one is a Get Well card, which I used the Healing Hug stamp set, which looks like this. I used the Get Well Soon for the front, and then wishing you a quick and complete recovery for the inside, which looks like that. And then this one I needed a retirement card, so I used the I Thought of You Today, and this is the same stamp set I used for the flowers, and then the coordinating thinlits, which is the Climbing Rose, which this is the cluster of flowers, and then here's the greeting I used, I thought of you today. And then for the inside I also said, I'm so proud of you. And then here's the thinlet that coordinates with this Climbing Rose, and this is the Rose Trellis thinlits. You can purchase these together and save 10% right now, and these are located in the Occasions catalog. And then for the inside, I also stamped Enjoy Your Retirement. And then I used the embossing folder, the Subtle embossing folder, and this is in the annual catalog, but I don't know if it's going to pick up on the background, but it's very soft. So, oh my gosh, so beautiful. And then I added a bunch of pearls to their cards. So all these cards are going out in the mail here shortly. But this is the same card design, 69. So let me show you those all again. And then here's the actual card sketch. And then don't forget to click the link below if you want to check out the Glitter Pit live from yesterday. So it would be a replay. And you can see the card that we made using the same card sketch, but slightly different. So I'll have the link posted down below for the card sketch 69 and the Glitter Pit, all right? Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know. And then also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.